McGrath, and today I'm going to be telling y'all about the contributions made by Virginia Apgar. Many women have made contributions in the medical field, including blood transfusions, live birth, and radiation therapy. Today I'm going to be telling y'all about the ones that Virginia Apgar has made. Virginia Apgar was a very strong-willed woman. She made many contributions to the medical field in a time when women were not seen as college material, much less doctor material. She didn't let this get to her. She just kept pushing on through. People believe that women shouldn't have jobs then, that their place was in the home and that that's where they should stay and take care of the children. She opposed this idea and she just was like, basically, forget you, I'm going to do what I want to do, I'm going to go to school. And she didn't let financial struggles stop her either. Even throughout the Great Depression, she continued to go to school at Columbia University, and she graduated in 1933 from Columbia University as fourth in her class, and she won a scholarship at Columbia University, an intern scholarship, and she studied with Dr. Alan Whipple, and he discouraged her because he told her that other women who he had trained failed and that she would do the same, and there was no point in her doing it because he knew she was going to fail. Even though she was discouraged, she didn't stop. She kept going on with her goals. So she went for 6 months to train with Dr. Ralph Walters, and he had the first anesthesia department in the country, and I thought that was pretty cool because I want to be a nurse anesthetist and to be researching about somebody who worked at the first anesthesia department in the country. That's pretty awesome. After that, she studied with Dr. Robenstein at Bellevue Hospital. In 1938, she went back to Columbia University and was the director of anesthesia there. In 1949, it became an academic discipline, and she actually became the first woman professor in the country. That's pretty amazing because that opened all these doors for women, seeing, you really can make it. Don't care what people say. Just keep pushing forward, and you'll get there. This kind of was the stepping stone for women to get out the house, start getting babysitters and daycare, and trying to pursue their careers. She studied obstetrics, and in 1952 she invented the Apgar score. The Apgar score was the first method for seeing the transition, how babies transition from the womb to the outside life. And it stands for appearance, pulse, grimace, activity, and respirations. The appearance, their skin color, do they have any jaundice, stuff like that. Their pulse is their heart rate. Grimace is their reflex irritability. The activity is their muscle tone, and the respiration is how many breaths they take per minute. This, like I said, was the first way, to really tell the neurological development of babies also. The score ranged from 0 to 2, with 0 being the lowest and 2 being the highest. Apgar did studies on women in labor and women who had received cyclopropane anesthesia. The babies that they gave birth to had lower Apgar scores than the mothers who gave natural birth and didn't take any kind of anesthetics. And she also was a major contributor in the rubella epidemic. In 1964 and 1965, there was a major outbreak of rubella, which is also known as German measles. There was about 30,000 deaths and 20,000 birth defects caused from rubella in that time frame. She opened up a new chapter in the March of Dimes and created part of it to try to get funding for the immunizations against rubella. She went to Congress and got a bill passed for funding of immunizations against rubella. And as a result of this passing, millions of children got vaccinated, therefore, you know, preventing the deaths and birth defects of thousands of children and mothers. And many women, just like Virginia Akbar, have and will continue to make contributions in the medical field.
Okay.
Hey, good job.
Thank you.
Okay, now you just need to get me on the video to show that you had 7 people here.